Hi guys. You ready for Christmas? Check, check. Check, check. I'm pretty loud, aren't I? Okay, I'm gonna put it over on Discord now. Did you miss me? Oh, I've been busy. All right. Oh, I didn't pop out the chat. I didn't put the pictures in. Oh no. Hold on 1 second. So bear with me a minute. All right, still doing a facial recognition scan for the first time. Maybe you guys in chat could beat me to it if you know who's in this picture right here behind Jared Kushner, because that's not done on purpose. But I'm trying out a reverse image search. Never done that before. It's almost done. So that's a surprise. Are you ready for the 12 days of Christmas? So we're on day 7. Oh, let me go get something real quick. I'll show you something. It's not a suitcase. It is glory to the newborn King. Merry Christmas. So it's got like day 1 through 12 on here for the 12 days of Christmas. Isn't that lovely? My daughter wanted that, so I got it. I've been using it every day for the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, so what I was thinking about the kings, the 10 kings. Do you know about the 10 kings? Let me pop out my chat. And then I had a couple pictures I wanted to, well, I guess that's fine like that. Then put the chat over here. Put you guys right here. And spammer. Spammer. Let's report unwanted porn. Unwanted porn. Do I have to do them both? Report unwanted porn. Yeah. There you go. Have fun signing up for another account. Spend all day having thousands of accounts and have fun with that. What a waste of your time. So look at this picture. So yeah, I wanted to add in a couple of pictures, and then I could just actually like make this not like that anyway, because it's Twitter. Okay, then we'll just put in an image right here, or a slideshow, and then I want to add in these this guy, and that's my thumbnail. And then, you know, there was some stuff I didn't get to last time because they cut me off. Well, I say they, you don't know who they is, do you? The electric company glitched out. Now, whether that's on purpose or not, I have no idea. So, I mean, that happens, I guess. You know, electric glitches. Kushner. This one. Okay, and then we'll just put it right here above my head. Like so. Does it look good? Does that look good? Oh, you're back, huh? Here. Let's do, I could do this all night. I don't really care. I'm not in any hurry. I'll just report you again for the porn. And report you again. I'll just keep reporting you. You porno person. Here, let's do child abuse. You're probably a child abuser too. Alright. Yeah, let's leave that about right there. Looks good. And where we go? Yep. Scoot you a bit. There. How's that? Looks good. Looks pretty good. I need to move my picture over just a tad. So I'm a little bit there. I scoot this way, or make my little camera just a little bit, maybe. Good. How's that? Now transition. Does that look better? Scoochy. There. Let's see. There we go. Make this over a bit more. There we go. Alright. Bubba News. Bubba News. There you go. Got some. That's somebody good. You're not a porno person, are you, Bubba? Alright. I got some spammers in the chat, you know. So I've noticed something on Twitter before I get started. And the window of opportunity is coming to an end. with Elon Musk. Now he's got some sort of tally going, whether or not he's going to, here, I'll show you, let me look him up, whether he should be part of Twitter, that he would step down if we vote for him. But I'm not going to vote because I don't play games like that. So he's got 17 million votes, and it looks like it's maybe stopped. I don't know. No, they're still doing it. There's 507,700 votes or likes or loves or whatever. He's got 345,000. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that movie where they're going to have like a kill grid or whatever, and like you vote yes or no whether you want him to like drown faster, and like there's like is however many you keep getting, then we're going to go with that. We're going to kill him faster or slower, or the more people that sign in, the more water goes in the tank. Did you ever see that? Who's handling who? This announcement came out after the World Cup with Kushner. Very interesting indeed. So it says, should I step down as head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. Yes or no? So it's 57%. Well, that's what it was earlier today. Oh, that's the final results. It says final results. It's not even been 24 hours. So 57% said yes, 42% no. So it's final now. So is he going to abide by the results? I think he was going to anyway, if that's the case. Because why wouldn't you give it a full 24 hours? Or he just saw the trend and cut it off? I mean, I think it's just a test to see like how many people fall for voting. What do you guys think? So anyway, he's got his hands in all sorts of stuff. Tesla, a vaccine factory that he's building in Austin, Texas, the Neuralink, the Starlink, all these link. What do you think Twitter's going to be? Twitter's going to be a link where if you don't say what they want you to say and all that, then you get social credited down till you just don't have the ability to even buy or sell. Of course, that's going to come with the mark of the beast anyway, but this Twitter might be like the social media center or hub of, you know, the mark of the beast. And people might, you know, it seems like a trend, them, like Elon is like, he's tweeting more than ever, and he's like all in the news, and like I don't want to talk about him. It makes me sick. Like, who is this person who's wearing the Baphomet on his chest with the upside down cross? That's the picture he chose for his Twitter. And then he's with Jared Kushner. I get creeps of that guy too. Maybe they're both like androids and they're buds. Maybe somebody in Saudi Arabia, the Arab Emirates, or maybe some of those are androids too, and they're like, you know, having a android party at the Qatar Nationals or whatever. I don't know. But let's get into the news because I don't want to talk about them all day. And then this guy here, is that really Joe Biden? Look, it does not even, it looks like a young person. How many children? How much blood did it take to get that? If that's really him, He was looking really old. Look, that looks like a young person. She looks pretty young too. They should both be like aging, not getting younger. Something weird is up, you all. Hi, Alkaline. Hi, Apple. Ho, ho, ho. Good to see you guys. All right, so let me show you some of this. These are body bags in China. People are just dying all over the place. This is a funeral home in Xinjiang city in Henan province. And so they're not having a very good Christmas season, looks like. Have they released something new? Okay, and then we got some border news. This is a really good one.
Officials on our southern border are bracing for up to 15,000 crossings a day if Title 42 expires as scheduled on Wednesday. Title 42 is a Trump-era policy that allows border officials to turn away asylum seekers to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. It was done at the urging of the CDC. A U.S. appeals court in Washington, D.C. blocked a move by 19 Republican-led states to keep it in force.
If the courts do not intervene and put a halt to the removal of Title 42, it's going to be total chaos, whether it's COVID or some other issue. When you have people coming across the globe without knowing at all what their health status is, that almost by definition is a public health risk. There's every reason to keep that in place.
There have been a record 2.76 million migrant encounters at the border in 2022, and 2023 is on pace for even more. El Paso, Texas has declared an emergency, with officials scrambling to find shelter for thousands of migrants, with record winter temperatures forecast for the region in the coming week.
We saw 2,500 in the past 6-7 days. We can imagine what it's going to be. That's doubling the flow.
Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar of Texas warned the White House in a letter that without Title 42, there will be a complete loss of operational control over the southern border.
If it goes away, they have to have a policy of an early pathway to asylum through our bridges. And if they don't follow that pathway, they need to go back.
The White House insists there's a, quote, robust effort underway to manage the border in a safe, orderly, and humane way when Title 42 lifts. But when asked why Joe Biden has yet to visit the southern border, White House advisor Keisha Lance Bottoms basically said he's too busy.
When the president travels, it's not like you or I jumping on an airplane and getting off and going to our destination. Everything comes to a halt. So all of these things are in consideration for the president.
Migrants who have already made the dangerous journey through Latin America and were expelled under Title 42 are camped across the Mexican border, waiting for Title 42 to expire Wednesday before crossing again. The head of the Border Patrol Union is warning that already overwhelmed border agents feel completely defeated by the ending of Title 42. There's already been a spike in suicides by CPB officers. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Like my pens? My Christmas present. They're so nice. I like these pens. Scripto, they write really well. No, Sharpie. Sharpie S Gel. They're very, very, very lovely. And voila, Post-its. Say during the 12 days of Christmas. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Okay. Alkaline 7.4. You know what? I was just looking up that about the alkaline, about your body being alkaline today, and all of the elements inside your body, and I put it over in the health area on my Discord. So I was just looking at my electrolytes and all the blood panels that you can get from the doctor, to know like the levels of potassium and all that stuff, because you need potassium, magnesium, and chloride, that I think that's salt, and to make these electrolytes in your body. And you need magnesium so bad. There's only a few things that I saw that have high magnesium. Spinach is one of them, and I think avocados is one of them. But there's not a whole lot that I eat. Like, there's a lot of nuts and stuff like that, I think, that are magnesium. I looked at a bunch of stuff today, so I don't know if I got that right. But yeah, you should look into your levels of, but I don't know if you have to, like, go, like, how much it costs to get a blood panel and all that. But, like, if you're having a craving for sweet potatoes, I think that one is magnesium. But anyway, I took zinc just now, vitamin D, cranberry, and my vitamin C, and then celery seed. It's like a diuretic. Celery seed is supposed to be good for you. I don't know what all I'm taking that for, but anyway. And then in here I've got the vitamin C, and then some black cherry extract to keep down whatever it is that happens with uric acid, makes gout, and it makes you feel like you got spikes in your blood. Like, I can't even imagine what the spike protein and all that's doing to people. Like, little spikes. Don't sound good. And I know what I'm going through is painful. I hope I can cure it with nature. Alright. Wow, Royal Apple. You need to come into Discord more and talk. You got a lot to say. Give me one, sis. Candy. Oh, I'm making budge tonight. After Bible study, I'm making budge. Alright, where was I? Look at this girl. Says she must have a great chiropractor. She's probably got sore shoulders. But yeah, stay fit, stay strong. Okay, let's see. We got Kim Jong-un looking like Bond villain. He's like really contemplating hitting us with a nuke. Like, I got this. Don't worry, Russia. I got this. I can hit California. I could hit probably Texas if I wanted to. He's probably like contemplating who he's going to use his little toy rockets to. I don't really want to watch Kim Jong-un shoot off a rocket. The sea and the waves are roaring. Look at this. This is Bushcraft Bear. Look. Bushcraft Bear. It's like there won't be any surfing today, boys. Look at that. Sea and the waves are roaring. I guess he tweeted for Christopher Berg, but it's Tazacorte Beach. Swimming not possible. Alright, we got some cows. Unexplained deaths, 100. Cattle in separate part of the herd on the farm have been unaffected. So it was just some on the farm died from something, but then the other ones were fine, but they're looking into it. Very heartbreaking. So we got Kushner and Elon Musk. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to say about these guys. So I think what it is, because Kushner, I think he's really connected with the Jewish people. Like, I got my eye on him for maybe the Antichrist, okay? And then if you look at that picture over my head right now with Trump and the Saudis, and they're like putting their hands on that thing's up there in the temple, like, or maybe down, and they're like worshiping this thing called the sun, and it's got Jewish writing all the way around it. You guys seen that? So I got my eye on that guy. He creeps me out. He could be the Antichrist. Plus, he doesn't talk much right now, and in the future. And then look how evil like Elon looks right there. And then the Saudis. I'm thinking these guys might be some of the 10 kings. I could be wrong, but that's my eye. Got my eye on. There's Sputsy. Hey, Sputsy. Yeah. And Babylon's here. Good to see ya. Here's, if you want to take a screenshot of this, I don't know if you guys do that sort of thing, but if you do, I mean, if it were me, I would start, like, I think they own everything though. Vanguard and BlackRock, and I think there's one other one. Own everything, but they use PayPal. They got their fingers in PayPal. I was like, dang. Because I like, if I order something online, I like to use that one. And then Walmart, I try to avoid Walmart, Home Depot, or Lowe's. They got them both. So how are you going to ban building supplies if those are the, like, Ace Hardware maybe? Is there anything we could ban on here? MasterCard? I mean, I'm just looking like maybe I should refit my ways of doing things. Look, AstraZeneca. That was the one where the woman said, I can't feel God anymore. CNN, NBC, Fox, they got all, look at that, they got all the main media. Wow. Uber. Okay, a couple of the gas companies, Chevron and Exxon. I don't know, like, who owns Shell, but it's probably Vanguard. Like, they got them all. That's what I've heard, is they got them all. All right, look, we got weather coming. Look at this. It's high pressure coming in. Pain. Ugh. Hate the high pressures coming in. Look at that. It's like a landicane swirling around. It didn't used to look like that. But yeah, it's gonna dip down in the cold. I'm gonna get snow for Christmas probably. I don't mind. As long as I got, you know, the basics. Milk, bread, pop. My mama taught me that. Alright, something's gone very wrong in Sweden. In just 20 years, we have went from having the lowest number of fatal shootings to having the most number of fatal shootings in all of Europe. There's now 62 no-go zones where police are losing control. Now, the woman, I'll show you. See, 1969 Norwegian woman. Oops, my num's not on. 1969 prophecy.
1968 prophecy by 90-year-old woman in Norway.
Okay, I'm going to skip ahead.
It will be filled with stations. She did not know the word channel which we use today. Therefore she called them stations. Imenos. TV will be just like the radio where we have many stations, and it will be filled with violence. People will use it for entertainment. We will see terrible scenes of murder and destruction one of the other, and this will spread in society. Sex scenes will also be shown on the screen, the most intimate things that takes place in a marriage. I protested and said, we have a paragraph that forbids this kind of thing. Iminos. There the old woman said it will happen, and you will see it. All we have had before will be broken down, and the most indecent things will pass before our eyes. 4. People from poor countries will stream to Europe. In 1968 there was no such thing as immigration. Iminos. They will also come to Scandinavia and Norway. There will be so many of them that people will begin to dislike them and become hard with them. They will be treated like the Jews before the Second World War. Then the full measure of our sins will have been reached. I protested at the issue of immigration. I did not understand it at the time. Iminos. The tears streamed from the old woman's eyes down her cheeks. I will not see it, but you will. Then suddenly, Jesus will come and the Third World War breaks out. It will be a short war. She saw it in the vision. All that I have seen of war before is only child's play compared to this one, and it will be ended with a nuclear atom bomb. The air will be so polluted that one cannot draw one's breath. It will cover several continents, America, Japan, Australia and the wealthy nations. The water will be ruined, contaminated. We can no longer till the soil. The result will be that only a remnant will remain. The remnant in the wealthy countries will try to flee to the poor countries, but they will be as hard on us as we were on them. I am so glad that I will not see it, but when the time draws near, you must take courage and tell this. I have received it from God, and nothing of it goes against what the Bible tells. The one who has his sin forgiven and has Jesus as Savior and Lord, is safe.
That's us. Be part of that. I didn't play it all. I just played the last 2 minutes, but it's called 1968 Prophecy of 90-Year-Old Norwegian Woman. So yeah, Sweden. Okay, it looks like I've got a match, maybe. Possible matches. Do I have to pay to get the matches? Yeah, figures. Alright, yeah, I was trying to do facial recognition on this guy right here. Because he's in a picture with Kushner right here. Does anybody know who this guy right here is? Because I was just thinking Kushner looks a lot like him. And they don't do that on accident. But I was like looking at the eyes. He stood in front of that picture for a reason. But he kind of, this picture right here kind of looks like a vampire to me. So if he's related to some sort of vampire, I don't even know whose office this is or anything. But anyway, I was trying to use facial recognition. Alright, let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, the no-go zones. 62 now in Sweden, where a no-go zone is where you try, like the police will be called, like, help, help, so I'm getting raped. And the police are like, I can't go in there. Sorry, it's a no-go zone. Wouldn't that suck? Don't get caught in a no-go zone. They got them here in America, too. Alright, Laura Logan. Okay, I can't say this. There's a lot of stuff I can't say. Laura Logan is a conspiracy theorist, and they're talking about, you know, what I was talking about up here with this picture where Biden looks really, look, they're just, okay, I should be back. Okay, I'm going to play this. So these are the migrants that are coming into El Paso, Texas. And there's just hordes and hordes of them on their way in. millions and millions. And next year they plan on having millions and millions more. So we'll become like Sweden with more no-go zones and more third world country, you know? But you heard what that woman said. Like, people are going to end up fleeing to the poor countries. So they come over here, and then we're like, hey, we got to get out of here. Let's go to the poor countries. Because this place is hell. And there's going to be nuclear war in America, and Australia, and whatever else she said. Oh, we got the World Economic Forum declaring Jesus is fake news and God is dead. Humans are hackable animals without souls, according to Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, who have also declared that Jesus is the original fake news and that WEF leaders are acquiring divine powers of creation and destruction. Well, I'd like to see you make something from nothing, like Jesus did. Then, you know, if you're God and he's not, then let's see you create something out of nothing. You have to use your own dirt. You have to use your own atoms. You have to come up with like nothing. You have to start with nothing, which would be you, would have to be nothing. So you could start there. Just kidding. The White House will be gone soon. Taken by the homeless. Can you imagine? Oh, you guys come on into the White House. You can have the beds. We've got 5 houses. We'll leave the White House to you. Just take your shoes off at the door. Clean up after yourself in the kitchen. Clean your toilet and shower. You know that ain't gonna happen. Throw away your own trash. They're not gonna do that. It would turn into hell. Come on into the White House. Alright, we got 36 people injured in severe turbulence on a Hawaiian airline. Somebody got a bumpy ride. Now they're all probably vomiting up there in the airplane on top of each other. I would say people's immune systems and their bodies are weak if they've, you know, had the hokey pokey. So, airplane ride like that.
Happened, but had some sort of like
He didn't answer himself. Had some sort of it looked like there was some dent in the plane. Right there. Look at that. Right here. See that crack? So it looks like the plane took on some damage. This looks bent out a bit. I don't know what happened, but there was a Hawaiian airline. See if there's anything else in the thread. A little more info. Weather was poopy. So you got the volcano going off over there still. Maybe that had something to add to the atmosphere. I don't know. I've seen other people get hurt by turbulence before. Not personally, but stories. Oh dear. She put her she's putting her lipstick on. Oh, that's funny. I like people's responses. No cause for alarm, folks. The plane's just bent. Ooh, look at that one. No cause for alarm. Go back to sleep. Take you a nap. Yeah, so I can't play what she says because it's way too truthful. Republicans are blocking military funds unless the president will reverse the mandate for the military. Oh, no, it's just for everybody, maybe. Let's see. Republicans are blocking military funding bill unless Biden's unlawful vaccine mandate is reversed. So that's our Republicans, possibly doing their job. I was looking at this for the keto diet. I've not done the keto diet, but I was like, that looks like some spinach and ham, and I do want to eat avocados and eggs and tomatoes. I could do this diet if that's what that is. Look at that. Strawberries, peppers. That all looks yum. Eggs. I got eggs. Shrimp. Asparagus. I could eat all that stuff. Yum. Blueberries. Not sure if that's pickles, but I love pickles. I'm thinking about doing the keto diet. Maybe it, but you gotta stick to it, I've heard. Let's see. Is it just me or are they censoring my speech? Yeah. Every few words. You can't hear anything? Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm getting censored. I tried to get another Twitter account. Because what I wanted to do is just like pick some of these stories instead of not all of them. Because my videos are like 2 hours long. Or more. So I was thinking about just like picking a few like that. What do you guys like? Do you like to know it all? Or do you just like a few things? Here's another one for the migrants. And cut out all the, wishing you a Merry Christmas and all that, maybe. If you just want the news. I just have to be myself. I can't help it. These are the migrants. This is at the airport.
Fernández, Cassandra Elin Alvarado Guzmán, Stephanie y María Alvarado Tino.
I don't know if they've shown it again, but that's making my head swim going sideways like that. I can't go that fast. You have to slow it down, cameraman. It is hard though, especially if you're nervous, or if you're zoomed in. So when you do a video, make sure you zoom all the way out and that your screen is bright enough that you can see it. I made that mistake the other day. But go slow when you're videotaping, because if you go fast like that, it kind of makes people's heads swim, or if you're shaking, or if you're holding it to the ground, like if you're nervous, like it ends up going to the ground for some reason. It's not safe. I can't say that. Zero hedge. I can't say that either. I'm not allowed to say those things. And this woman, oh, my hero. I'm allowed to say that, but I can't say what she's talking about. But this is like previous anyway. I like, when I see it again, I like putting it back in there because I just like it rings truth, truth, truth. We want the truth. We don't want to become a hive mind. Now, this is real. This is a picture. Let's see where it's at. It's at Japan. Isn't that beautiful? I just thought that is so gorgeous. Currently, dozens of authorities are on scene of a deadly mass shooting. Oh, in Vaughan, Canada. Did you guys hear about that? I thought I'll look that up later and see if I can find anything on it. Let's see if there's a video. Past 24 hours. 5 dead. This one says 6 dead. We'll do the short one. And it's got a commercial, as always. Somebody said yesterday that we're still in a state of emergency, but they took out the mandate policies. Okay.
PM tonight, our officers responded to what was an active shooting call here at 9235 Jane Street. Once the officers arrived, they were met with a scene, a horrendous scene, where numerous victims were deceased, and there was an engagement between the officers and the subject. And throughout that engagement, after the engagement, the subject was deceased as well.
You're the
so
gun.
Total 6 deceased. One of them is the subject. The other 5 are victims. There is a 7th person who was initially shot. That person will survive and is transported to a local hospital. It's going to take us some time to determine the motive in this investigation and what drew this person here.
Add some thrill to this holiday season in a rewarding Mazda CX-30. Find yours during the season.
So there was a thrill for us. I hope everybody else is okay, and I pray that their families are comforted in Jesus' name in Vaughan, Canada. That was yesterday. This girl's going to jail, man. Jail. This is England, maybe. It says out of use, so, I mean, I don't get it. But it looks like England. I can't tell for sure, but anyway. Good guy with a gun stops a mass shooting at an Amazon warehouse.
The shooter shot at an Amazon contractor in the parking lot, severely injuring him. According to Chandler police, another Amazon contractor saw the scene and acted quickly.
The 3rd individual involved did shoot back at our suspect during the shooting. It's very likely, though, that the contractor employee who returned fire on the shooter could have stopped an active shooter.
Police saying what could have been many lives lost was stopped quickly by a Good Samaritan.
This was not something I had ever expected.
Bobbitt says he knows the 2 co-workers involved, and his friends at the warehouse are already planning a thank you for the man who stopped the shooter.
Extremely grateful for him, and you know, we've all gathered up and talked to everybody, and you know, he's a big cigar fan, and we're like, yeah, we need to pitch in and get him his finest cigars, whatever he wants.
That's nice.
Because he saved a lot of us.
The shooter shot at an Amazon contractor in the...
So that happened at an Amazon warehouse. I don't know where. Don't know what state or anything. It just says Amazon warehouse. Just letting you know what I know. I didn't investigate it. Here's some more of the border news. You know, more video of these people coming in. All sorts of atrocities going on right here. So they're coming to a town near you. Or me. I think we should give them that, you know, when we run into them, be like, hey, are you new here? You know, they give away free popcorn or cookies at Bezos' house. Here's his address. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Seems like a good idea at the time.
¿Dónde son? ¿Dónde son? Dominican? Dominicana? ¿Dónde son? Colombia. What's up, guys? Katie Davis Gort here with Rebel News. I just landed in El Paso, Texas, and here at the El Paso airport is an influx of illegal immigrants sleeping on the airport floors. We are here to report on the border crisis because we don't think that the truth is being told, what is really happening. And Title 42 is set to expire on Wednesday, essentially giving amnesty to all illegals that make their way across the border into the United States. So take a look at what's happening here in the airport.
Unreal. American Red Cross.
¿Dónde son? ¿Dónde son? Peru? Peru.
So
Everyone?
proud of it.
¿Dónde son?
Got in here illegally. I'm so proud of myself. I'm from Peru.
¿Dónde son? ¿Dónde son? Dominican? Dominicana? ¿Dónde son?
We just saw this.
Colombia.
It's a 2-minute.
We have created a special website called rebelborderreports.com. Again, that is rebelborderreports.com.
Okay, rebelborderreports.com. Oh, here you go.
All they want is total control on your life. How are they doing it? Because somehow they convinced us that this is how we should live. Are we really living on our own terms, or we are living on their terms?
Yeah.
They are dictating our life, like this is what you should buy through this marketing campaign, through this consumerism. We are having this stuff we don't really need, and we are getting into this trap of debt, credit card loans. Look at your $1 million house, which is you are going to pay for next 25 to 30 years, which is more than your half of your life. You're just spending to pay off the house that you don't even get to live. You just go there to spend a night, and most of us don't even go there to spend a night because we are so busy to pay off that house. Is it really worth it? Is this whatever we are doing, is it really worth it? So we have to redefine. We have to define our freedom. Shouldn't we just have a simple life? Like we can have a decent home, and we can learn to grow our own food. We can create our own community by supporting each other. We can live this life with total freedom. Why? How they are controlling us? Because we are plugged into their system. We are dependent on them. We don't even know how to grow our own food. We have to go to the grocery stores. We have to do the jobs to make money so we can pay off the house. We are so badly plugged into this system. All we need is to plug out ourselves from the system. Or whichever you want to do it, just do it, figure it out. How do you want to live this life? What is freedom means to you? And your precious life and the spending on this precious planet, is it really worth it the way you're living it? Ask yourself.
Isn't that beautiful? I mean, that's what we should be like, aspiring to be part of what's around us in nature and the gardening. It's like you're going into another world when you go into your garden. You're concentrating like, okay, this bug and that bug and what do I got to do? But then you got to go to the store and you got to get the stuff for the bugs. So don't put chemicals on your stuff though. Use it's an oil that comes from a tree. I can't think of the name of it right now. But that's what I use. I use this oil stuff, and you mix it with water and a little bit of Dawn detergent soap, and it like spray it on there. It works really good. And then diatomaceous earth, it helps with certain bugs too. It's like a white powdery stuff, and they have food grade, so you can feed it to your chickens, and that keeps the mites off of them. These are people in a hospital in China. They're just like right on top of each other on the floor and everything. Look at that down here. I'm not sure if they've released something else or not, but if they haven't, just, it's coming. So just, I mean, the thought of getting out in the woods and all that's, you know, beautiful thought, but we are plugged into the system. It's not going to go away. We're still going to be, we're dependent upon it. That's my refrigerator. Wasn't my stomach. I mean my freezer. That was my ice maker. Even teenagers are people smugglers now. This is crazy. I had a weird dream about that too. Like, the crime was like being done by, oh, you're not gonna let me, huh? Unless I accept your cookies. Fine, I like Sky News, whatever. 4 people died and 39 were rescued when a migrant boat capsized in the channel in the early hours of Wednesday morning. This was yesterday. A teenager has been charged with a people smuggling offense after 4 people died while attempting to cross the channel. 19 of no fixed address was arrested by police after the incident on Wednesday. 4 people died and 39 were rescued when a migrant boat capsized in the channel. Ba was charged with the knowingly facilitating the attempted arrival in the UK of people he knew and had reasonable causes to believe were asylum seekers. He was remanded in custody and will appear before Folkestone Magistrates Court on Monday. The Royal Navy, French Navy, Coast Guard, and RNLI lifeboats were all involved in the major rescue off the Kent coast that had begun in the early hours Wednesday following reports of a boat in distress. The circumstances surrounding the deaths are being investigated by detectives from Kent and Essex Serious Crime Directorate assisted by National Crime Agency. Let's just see if there's a video of it. Cuba, 6 hours ago. 9 people missing after it capsized. 5 days ago, you got 40 rescued from a capsized one in the channel. Was that it? Or they just keep capsizing over in the channel? Anyway, there's a bunch of boats capsizing because there's a lot of migrants headed your way. They're all over the place. Just they're coming from every direction because they're starving. Like, everyone's about to die. That's just going to keep happening with the ice maker. Sorry. How they plan to take your house. 2030 agenda wealth transfer. Get rid of private ownership. They don't want you to own your house. Or they want you to rent everything. You'd better watch out. You better not pout. You better not cry, 'cause I'm telling you why. The surveillance state that's making a list and checking it twice. You'll be on this list whether you like it or not. Falling away. A mass exodus from Christianity is underway in America. People are leading the charge. Young people are leading the charge. So you got a lot of false prophets that are saying that Jesus never died on the cross and it's already begun. And then I would just get solid in the Bible. Just be solid. Be on the firm foundation, which is Jesus Christ. He suffered and died for your sins on the cross. Then he rose from the dead and he's coming back soon. If you believe all of that, then and you accept him as your savior, then you're saved. You just talk to him like that from your heart. Ask him into your heart. Or you could go over to Paul Begley Prophecy. Every day he leads people to Jesus. We are wage slaves, are we, Norm? Good to see you, Norm. I want to be him right now. Living in the system is a rat race and exhausting. Me too. But I don't know. There's certain things. Bible study tonight. Yes, 7:30. So we got 1 hour. I'll probably stop at 7 so I can get some coffee and kind of rest my voice for a minute. So I got 30 more minutes. This guy, listen to him whine.
We know there's more.
He's caught. He's caught. Hurting little kids. Get the millstone.
Are you saying Allah? Yes. What do you think he's going to think about what you've done?
He's faking.
Are you really?
Watch how he's faking. He's faking. Watch.
Are you really asking for your God's help right now? Are you really asking for your God's help right now? You wasn't thinking about your God. Shut up. You wasn't. Excuse me. Shut up. Shut up. Listen, you're doing me nothing. Just be quiet. Too late. They're on their way. No, not interested. Not interested. Not interested.
I do anything. I do anything you can do.
You wasn't thinking about your God, was you, when you was abusing this child? That's good. You have a good view up here when the police come.
He wants to run.
Stop asking. It's too late.
See how he cleared up his crying so fast? Look at that.
There's nothing you could do or say or even offer us that would stop us now from handing you over to the police.
Please don't do that. Please don't.
Okay.
Our life is spoiled.
Your life is spoiled? Oh my God.
Will be spoiled.
What about the children? Excuse me, shut up.
Auntie, you are looking like Asian. Please.
Listen to me. Oi, you bean. Listen. You talk about your life being spoiled. Selfish. What about the kids that you've just damaged? And their life spoiled? A child hasn't even had a chance
Please
yet.
forgive me. Please forgive me.
Nothing to... No,
Please
mate. There's no
forgive me.
forgiveness for this sort of crime.
Please forgive me. Only one
Can you
time.
stop asking me that?
Yes,
Because
no,
you're annoying
please
me.
forgive
Stop.
me.
Stop.
You are like mother, please, my mother, like please, my mother. You are like my mother. You
I'm
are
not
like
nothing
my
like your
mother.
mother. Nothing like your mother. Nothing.
No,
Do you know
no.
what? I am a mum, though. I am a mum. You're right. And I'll tell you what, I ain't even going to go down that route.
Please, sorry, please.
I feel sorry for you, mum.
You can beg all you want, you ain't going to get no sympathy out of me. You're looking at the wrong person, mate. I do this because I love catching people like you.
None of us have sympathy for you.
I've got grandchildren, I've got children. Do you think I want people like you abusing my children? No, it's wrong. And what you've done is wrong.
Instead of begging, when the police get you, you be honest. You tell them
That's
the
the
whole
best thing
truth.
you can do.
You tell them everything. If you want forgiveness from Allah,
I don't know what he said next, but, you know, I was like feeling so sorry for him. I was like, oh, but he's asking for forgiveness. But he's grooming children. And then he like cleared it all up. Like, he was just like straight faced and no tears. There's no tears. He's not really crying. He's just like pretending. He's playing a part. I don't know. I could be wrong. I might be judging him. Maybe he is sorry. I don't think so. I think he's just sorry he got caught. Oh, our children, our children, our children, our children. Like, that's just the icing on the cake. The whole cake is rotten in Denmark. There's so much crap in this world hurting our children. Like, if people could just start from the bottom up and just start cleaning it up. Clean up the schools. Put the Bible back in the school. Take away the satanic Baphomet and the Satan clubs and any sort of, Phoenician writing or little g god stuff where there's like fertility gods here or, these other things people are, oh, it's just a 5-pointed star. It's cute. It's just a skull. It's cute. Clean all that up. Just get rid of it. Gone. Like, we got to start from the bottom up and just pour love and pour, back into our children the love of God and forgiveness. Show them how to forgive, because I mean, but that guy, it's not real. He's not really helping. Like Biden, he's not really helping this kid. Look, watch this.
Santa still be able to visit me in coronavirus this season? What if he can't go to anyone's house or near his reindeer?
Well, I have to say I took care of that for you because I was worried that you'd all be upset. So what I did a little while ago, I took a trip up there to the North Pole. I went there and I vaccinated Santa Claus myself. I measured his level of immunity and he is good to go. He can come down the chimney, he can leave the presents, he can leave, and you have nothing to worry about.
Look at those two. Look at their smile.
Still be able to visit me in coronavirus this season? What
Okay, he's so sincere and everything. Like, he just wants to tell the truth, and then you throw him that. And then the two media people are like smiling faces and like they think it's cute. That's not cute. That's not cute. And I can't even go into it because it's about the, the hokey pokey. So I can't even go into it. But this poor little kid is now thinking Santa got it. I need it too. If Santa got it, then I need it. That's what I want for Christmas. I can't really play this about the Great Reset either. Oh, but the bringing down of the economy is happening. It's going to keep coming. The prices are going to keep getting higher. And they're going to bring in the world currency. Maybe before we get out of here, that might happen. But do not take the mark of the beast. Do not put anything in your hand or your forehead. That's the bottom line. You won't be able to buy or sell without it. So you might want to stock up on some beans and rice so that you don't feel like you got to starve to death or take the mark, because you might voluntarily. It says he will cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive the mark. That word means require, from what I could gather with the Greek. All right, Tom Hanks says, I don't respect anyone who doesn't wear a mask. And I guess Matt Couch says, I don't respect anyone who is on Epstein's flight logs. So there you go. Let's see. This guy's a star, encouraged his fans to be more selfish, to stop caring about what other people think, to work less, and to game the system by obeying the law's letter while flouting its spirit. I don't know what this is talking about, but I don't really care about the story. A famous voice for disenchanted young Japanese people, Haruki Nishimura. Like I said, I wouldn't probably put that story as one of mine that I'd go over, but I'm just reading it off. Freedom of speech matters. Support me and other doctors like Asim Malhotra in speaking up for our patients and raising concerns. I'm not sure I'm allowed to replay that one either. Same with this one. I know that guy, Peter McAuliffe. Right here, Peter McAuliffe. So if you want to go check out what he's saying, these two doctors basically separately they're both cardiologists, and they're seeing the results, and they both came up with the results pointing back at hokey pokey, but separately. So they weren't in on it together. But then they found each other, and now they're sort of hanging out together and doing maybe documentaries or something. Russia tycoon, former owner of biggest developer group Don Stroy, Dmitry Zelenov, has died in France after falling from the stairs. You think? If he's a tycoon, a Russia tycoon, he fell down the stairs? I don't know about that. 4 Republican senators vote against reinstating military members. This was that vote. They were saying they weren't going to let the money go through unless they stop the mandate. I think on just military members. It says against reinstating military members. Oh yeah, I just remembered something. There was a thing that I put for... I'll do it tomorrow.
I look forward to our conversation about the work we're doing to help protect the integrity of U.S. elections and elections around the world.
A sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything from elections to public health.
We've learned from 2016, and more recently from other nations' elections, how to protect the integrity of elections. New partnerships are already in place.
Director Ray, is Facebook or
Watch
any
his
other
lips.
social media company supplying private messages or data on American users that is not compelled by the government or the FBI?
Taibbi, quote, instead of chasing child sex predators or terrorists, the FBI has agents, lots of them, analyzing and mass flagging social media posts, not as part of any criminal investigation, but as a permanent end-in-itself surveillance operation. People should not be okay with this.
Not compelled, in other words, not in response to the legal process.
No warrant, no subpoena, they're just supplying you information on their users.
I don't believe so, but I can't sit here and be sure of that as I sit here.
It's against the law.
New partnerships are already in
For
place.
JJ.
New partnerships are already in place.
Is the FBI obtaining anonymous social media data and then using technical methods to pierce the anonymous nature of the data?
YouTube took down a video of this committee's hearing. What would be the justification for YouTube pulling down a hearing of the United States Senate on how to save lives during COVID? Why would YouTube do that? On what authority are you censoring that information so the American public could not receive a second opinion and access drugs that might have saved their lives? Why would YouTube do that?
Senator, we didn't decide those policies on our own. We worked with third-party health authorities that did include the CDC, the FDA.
Okay, and so talk about misinformation. This should have been the 2021 lie of the year. President Biden said, if you're vaccinated, you're not going to be hospitalized and you're not going to die. Have you ever labeled the President of the United States' comment as misinformation? Who do you think you are to censor information from eminently qualified doctors who had the courage and compassion to treat COVID patients when the NIH guideline was, if you test positive for COVID, don't do anything until you're so sick. We'll send you to the hospital, we'll put you on a vent, and we'll watch you die. You guys bear responsibility for hundreds of thousands of people not being treated, and I would say dying, that didn't have to die. Hope you're proud of yourselves.
This is fairly frequent and is a matter of course.
Look up
When
here.
our president, his whole
Facebook.
rotten system of
Right
censorship
up here.
and information control will be ripped out of the system at large. There won't be anything left.
So, you know, when you lose the speech, you lose everything. So, this is a window of opportunity to talk the truth here on YouTube, because it's not going to last. This was pretty funny. I'm not going to read it out loud. You can read it. So I guess I'm considered this one. I can't believe I wore my hair like that. But then today you got Generation X saying that. So, just getting worse, isn't it? Alright, protected by occupational forces, Israeli settlers provocatively break into the courtyards of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. I was wondering if this was the Messiah or whatever, or Rabbi Yehuda Glick. but I can't tell. Maybe that one right there. He's pretty tall. Yehuda Glick is. I can't tell. Anyway, that's up on the Temple Mount. All right, they want to build their temple. You know what I'm saying? So things are going to start moving in that direction. Whether something happens to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, or they build it next to it, or they've already got the priest headquarters being built. That was like over a year ago. It might be finished. Let's see. 5 arrested at the Antifa Autonomous Zone in South Atlanta hit with domestic terrorism charges. Can you believe it? Antifa got arrested. Police found a cache of explosives. Leading up to the raid, militants tried to burn a man to death in a car. The group is using Twitter to raise cash. And he's letting Elon Musk know. But I can tell you that just in the past 3-4 days, the amount of people posting on Twitter has gone way down. Now, I don't know if that's because they've been censored or suspended or whatever, because I've seen a lot of that too. And I tried to get on to my channel, my Access Through Christ, and set up an account on Twitter. Well, I noticed I already had it, but like I only had 3 tweets. One was like a black hole. One was like the life of a blackberry, and then the other one was a news article where a cop saved a kid. So, but they suspended my account. I can't tweet or anything on it. And that's the only thing I ever did. Isn't that weird that they would suspend that? They must be going by the content on the YouTube channel. Well, why else would I get suspended? That's the only 3 things I've ever tweeted. Isn't that weird? This is an eye, and then they're showing the fluid's inertia causing the iris to wiggle after the eye stops moving. Pretty cool, huh? See that? Eyes are fascinating. Oh, this was something last year. I saw this last year, and it's so funny. Intermission. You ain't getting to work, buddy boy. Anyway, I thought that was just cute. Oh, this one I can't play. This is the one. Well, I'll just play up to the point, okay? But I'll just play up to the point.
Come in, scummy motherfucker. Step out here. I'll knock your ass out. Motherfucker. Fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking scum. I'll make your life a living hell living here, dickhead. What? You heard me.
He said, I'll make your life a living hell while you're living here.
Fuck you, you fucking scum. You would probably... You're the fucking scumbag. You don't fucking bother with nobody. He's got a gun behind him. He's a fucking scum. You're a pussy. Fuck you. Pussy, pussy, pussy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, she's saying, go ahead. He's got a gun. He shoots, and I think he shoots them both. And then this guy goes in, and then he goes back in his house, and he gets a bigger gun, and he comes back. She's laying in the street, and he shoots her again. Twice. Pop, pop. people are on the edge, man. People are on the edge. You don't want to push people over the edge, especially like right now. Well, I don't know what month that was. Looks like it was February 1st of last year. So this is when they first were getting the you know what. Or maybe they've had it for about a year. Isn't this going on 2 years now? So I don't know if it had anything to do with it or not, but 30 years ago, Dr. Wilner accused Anthony Fauci of... I can't say that word.
We're talking about probably the most horrible scandal and scam ever perpetrated, not only in the name of science, but in humanity and in all history. Today is December 7th, and I was 12 years old when the attack on Pearl Harbor came, and I remember World War II very well. And it's a very significant day today because I see an incredible parallel between what is going on in the so-called AIDS epidemic and what happened in the years preceding and resulting in World War II. The great lie of Hitler. It's amazing. I think he would envy the job being done by members of the National Institutes of Health and even the media, especially in this country. And I will put the lie to the individuals of the NIH, particularly Gallo and Fauci and Hazeltine and Essex and the rest of these scoundrels of the worst order. Criminals guilty of genocide, without a doubt. I invite them to take me to court. I wish Burroughs Wellcome would take me to court because they have been putting out a killer drug knowingly. Because in a court of law, I would have the opportunity to provide the absolute proof and evidence, as I have in my book, Deadly Deception.
Deadly Deception.
Now, I'm not alone in what I'm doing here today. How does the press escape such obvious truths? Why would the finest virologist in the world, the most noted virologist, member of our National Academy of Sciences, Peter Duesberg, why would he put his entire career on the line? What did he have to gain? He's already lost his laboratory and his funding. They can't take away his professorship because he's tenured.
I wish that a lot of these people that were older like him were still like able like to be around and stuff. But we're losing a lot of those people. They got a good head on their shoulders, so take care of the elderly, take care of the older people. They got a lot of wisdom. IDF holding a military drill in the Golan Heights today and tomorrow. Explosions are expected to be heard for the drill. New Zealand intelligence booklets have been released telling the public that if they suspect their friends or family are opposing government policies, including COVID measures, that they should be reported as they're a terrorist. This is in New Zealand. They're not allowed to talk about the hokey pokey at all. Or they're to be turned in. So get ready. That's going to happen.
Launching an initiative to help us identify people who may have been radicalized.
Know the signs detail
radicals
indicators that a friend or family member could be planning a terror attack. As Adam Hollingworth reports, the move comes as our spy chiefs identify a new and worrying type of terrorism.
Time was when the intelligence services were never seen, never heard. But now they're loudly proclaiming your country needs you to keep an eye on those you know and, if necessary, dob them in.
Get all the masks.
A potential warning sign and then alerting NZSAS or police could be the vital piece in the puzzle that ultimately saves lives.
To that end, they're publishing a guide called Know the Signs to help us all identify potential terrorists in our midst.
To pay attention if they are, and to be alert so that if they see or hear about something that seems off, that worries them and concerns them, they might have a look at this information to say, does this indicate to me that this person is on the road to actually committing an attack?
I think her hair is a little off. Should we turn her in?
The SIS has listed around 50 signs, from obvious ones, like writing on a weapon, as happened in Christchurch, to
a person who is really developing an us versus them worldview.
Authorities say they're usually closely monitoring 40 to 50 potential terrorists. These people used to be motivated by their white identity or by their faith. But in the past 6 months, a third group has emerged, those motivated by politics.
And so it could be the COVID measures that the government took, or it could be other policies that are interpreted as infringing on rights.
She just repeat herself.
And it's what I sometimes describe as a kind of hot mess of ideologies and beliefs.
You're a hot mess.
Fueled by conspiracy theories.
The launch of the initiative.
Okay, they were doing that. Fueled by conspiracy theories. Fueled me too. Check out this. This is bothering me too. Look at this. What is that? Look at all those phones. All those phones. That's so creepy. I'm really freaked out by that picture right there. That is so creepy. Fake world. Alright, no whites allowed. California Democrats are handing out cash to everyone except white people? Racism by the Bay? What the heck? Basic rights of all citizens, including equal protection under law. Many Democrats, however, do not believe our founding documents should apply to white individuals. Okay, that's Clown World. We're going to shut you down right now. I'm not doing Clown World anymore. If it's something nasty, like these pedophiles and all this like transgender crap, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to look at it anymore. If I see it, I'm just scrolling on by. Because they want to break our brain. They want us to get upset that they're preying on the children and they're grooming the children. I'll just remind you that they're doing it, okay? Because they're doing it. And I see it, but I'm not going to, like, replay it. I'm not going to... It's disgusting. You don't need to see that filth. Like, as far as the guy with the wood in his front yard and everything, like, we'll be like, this is what you need. You know, you need fire, you need, like, warmth, you need love, you need care. And then there's these pedophiles, like, we can still say the truth. We still say there are these pedophiles and these people, girls dressing up as boys and calling themselves, you know, something that they're not. Like, it's lie. It's deception. It's deceptions of every kind. We can still say it, but we don't have to, like, look at it all. It's disgusting. Okay, I am dying to hear what this guy says. I listened to his remarks of when he said he was going to leave Congress, but there's something to... I haven't listened to this one yet. But this Adam Kinzinger, I'd like to know what's up with him. There's something up with him.
Not stand. And so alone and battling debilitating hot flashes in his kitchen, fighting the urge to open yet another bag of Chips Ahoy, Adam Kinzinger fought back. Literal evil, he wrote in a late-night response to Cat Turd. If I met you in person, it would not end well. For you, sicko. Whoa. Hear that, Cat Turd? It will not end well for you. That's not a pillow fight Adam Kinzinger is talking about. That's a full-on slap fight with hair pulling. This is real. You'd better apologize. Our heart goes out to Cat Turd tonight, who's probably cowering in a litter box somewhere, waiting for Adam Kinzinger to show up with sharpened nails. Mock the Ukrainian flag, get scratched. Those are the rules, Cat Turd. It's a tough town. Meow. But speaking of how it will all end, how's it going to end for Adam Kinzinger? But we suspect it'll end like it began, in anonymity. In just weeks, Adam Kinzinger will be another CNN contributor. No one will ever see him again. But we will never forget him. Adam Kinzinger will live forever in our hearts as an example of what a man can be when he stops trying to be a man and unleashes the emotionally fragile divorced single mom within. Have another glass of Chardonnay and listen to me cry. Yes, Ms. Kinzinger, we will. So here it is one last time.
Okay, because I don't know what you're talking about.
I never expected a day to be quite as emotional for me as it has been. But you guys won. You guys held. You know, democracies are not defined by our bad days.
Au revoir, Adam Kinzinger. See you at SoulCycle.
Okay, well, maybe I don't know what this is all about, but these are my thoughts. Adam Kinzinger, in his goodbye speech as being a congressman, was like talking about how our country used to be, and like that is over. And so my thoughts on not just let him, because I don't really know him that well. I've not heard a lot of what he has had to say, but I think there's a lot of good people that push to get in to be Congress people and to see, I don't know if he's good or not, but to see any of them fold or get bought off or leave the fight because they... Mr. Savage, thanks. No, I don't remember what I was going to say. So for them to leave while the fight is still on, they probably are seeing the end. They're probably seeing that it's over. That we've been sold out. The time for America to go down. Because something he said was like, I was there when things were where I could make a difference. So it sounds to me like what, if you read between the lines, like, and we know what's coming because of biblical prophecy and everything, America has to go down. And it looks like that's happening in every area that you can think of. And to get out now might help your stand or whatever. You might think that. But if it were me, I'd be tempted to just hang in and stay in and keep fighting. Because when the battle's on, you can be lied to by the enemy saying that it's over. And then, but if you were to just hang in there, then it would have gone in your favor because that you were being lied to that it's just over. So I would be tempted, if I were a congressman or a leader of any kind, to just hang tough, be tough, and keep fighting the good fight. So I'm not sure what's going on with that guy. Oh, okay. Here's something cool.
Hunter, the white-nosed crackhead, had a very active nose like his father, and if you've seen the laptop, you'd see him shooting up between his toes. All of the intel swamp rats felt it was their obligation to say that Hunter, the crackhead's laptop, was Russian disinformation. Then one soggy Christmas Eve, the big guy came to say, Hunter, with your nose so white, go make a deal with China tonight. And how the big guy loved him as he shouted out with glee, Hunter, you white-nosed crackhead, now you give 10% to me. Hunter, the white-nosed crackhead.
Hunter, the white-nosed crackhead. Hey, KK. Merry Christmas. Coming up. Alright. This is squirrely time. He left her a cookie. That's sweet. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, this was kind of cool. This guy watches Space Force.
Oh no, this is unbelievable.
Or, not Space Force, Space Falcon.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Look at that.
Oh, what are the chances of this?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left off.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen on a plane.
You're like, oh, I get to see it hit the firmament. It's right above those clouds, or, you know, pretty close. Right? Oh, he's gonna get to see it go on up, right? Right? You get to see it hit the firmament? Huh? It's gonna hit the firmament. It's gonna hit the firmament. It's gonna hit the firmament, right? Oh, they stop it. You know what I'm saying? What a joke. See the land of Cain? So all this is cold and snow coming. We're gonna get snowed in. Man crashes into a car and tries to kill the driver to get the demon out. What? Who does he look like? He looks like Stu Peterson, kind of. Or Stu Peters? The died suddenly guy? Maybe. Man crashes into car and tries to kill the driver to get the demon out in Arizona. An Arizona man has been accused of crashing into a car in Goodyear and attempting to kill the driver while two kids were in the vehicle. Police say 32-year-old Jesse Michael Scott rear-ended a vehicle near Estrella Parkway and Romley Road on December 15th. Allegedly, Scott tried to choke out the male driver, who was able to fight back and call 911. The victim's two children were sitting in the back seat when the assault happened. Bystanders helped pin down Scott until the police arrived. Scott told police that he heard voices in his head, claimed the devil took over his body, saying, "The devil tricked me tonight." He reportedly admitted that he intended to kill them in an attempt to expel the demon from inside him, according to court documents. He faces an attempted murder and aggravated assault charge. Woo! Alright, this is Jordan. The kinglet has lost it. They got people revolting in Jordan. Millie court-martial.
I want to understand white rage, and I'm white, and I want to understand it.
Knock yourself out there, Mark Milley. General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. This guy, can't believe him. Can't believe he still has a job, especially after Afghanistan, especially after apologizing for being with President Trump. Remember that? We played it earlier in the show. Well, take a look at this. In the Washington Times just a couple of days ago, why General Mark Milley should be court-martialed. The most egregious examples of treasonous subversion by a commissioned officer since Benedict Arnold, by Chris Farrell. Chris is from Judicial Watch. He's also a former U.S. Army counterintelligence officer. Sir, great piece and welcome to Newsmax. How are you?
Great to be with you. Thanks very much.
So it's music to my ears. I think this guy is the pits, but actually court-martialing him, you think there's enough evidence out there to do that? Make the case if you would.
The evidence is there and it's indisputable. A year ago, September 2021, Bob Woodward publishes his book Peril. And although I find Woodward usually loathsome, nonetheless, he documents Milley's contacts with his communist Chinese counterpart. And he has transcript quotations from Milley that Milley admits to doing. And Milley cooperated with the reporters because he gave them the back and forth transcript with his Chinese counterpart, where he tells the Chinese general, hey, I'll give you a heads up if we're going to attack you. It's outrageous just at face value. And the fact that he's admitted it a year ago and nothing's been done to him. Meanwhile, Judicial Watch has gone to court to obtain those same transcripts of that call. And the Pentagon stonewalling us. They forced us in a position.
You get it, right? You get it. The criminals are in charge, right? All right, here's a baby being tricked. You get a chicken, barbecued chicken, and then, oh, we're going to give you some nasty oatmeal. That's pretty sad. This guy here, he's beating up a Christmas scene. I think this is out in California. Kind of looks like a Joshua tree right here. Just tearing it all up. Wait. Can you imagine the work that went into this? And for somebody to just do that? They must hate Jesus, you know? They hate peace on earth, goodwill toward men. And just tear it up. Just damage it. Steal, kill, destroy. That's just wrong. Where's the cops? Right here. Here's the cops. Are they going to get out and arrest him or what? Can you stop him, please? It doesn't show it. Hopefully he got arrested. That's just a bunch of crap. This guy in Sudan. He peed his pants. There's a Chinese or Japanese dude right here. Another one over here. Another one back here. Filipino maybe. It's probably the music made him pee his pants. Breaking Peru are starting to fight back against the World Economic Forum. I mean, that's what it says. So there's a globalist coup in Peru. This guy goes nuclear on Republicans for selling them out Americans. Chip Roy.
Like, we're down here basically in a fake debate. That's what we all know. I mean, the truth is, it's not like we have a body, the chamber filled here with human beings debating this $1.7 trillion while we're $32 trillion in debt.
$1.7 trillion.
I'd be happy to. Why don't we actually roll our sleeves up around these tables and do the work? But we don't do that. We're literally down here. We're going to do, what, 30 minutes aside if we even do that? Right? And then what? We're going to vote. We're going to vote on a rule that packages together, as I said, deeming as passed a House bill on federal agency reporting goals with a House amendment to a previously passed Senate amendment to pass a $1.7 trillion omnibus combined with a CR for an extension for a week in a lame duck Congress. Like, that's the truth. And the American people pull their hair out. They go, gosh, what on earth?
He's pulled his hair out too, see?
Is happening in Washington? Well, I'll tell them what's happening in Washington. This is what is happening in Washington. We know what this is about. This is jamming through a bill at the 11th hour to get the political priorities of the current Democratic majority, and a handful of Senate Republicans are happy to do it so they can get pork. The House and the Senate has requested a total of $16 billion for 7,500 earmarks. The top requester, Senator Richard Shelby, ranking member of Senate Appropriations, with $656 million. This is a nice little send-off for the appropriators in the Senate. But the fact of the matter is the American people are the ones who get screwed in this deal. They're the ones who end up losing their country with $32 trillion in debt. There is no justification for ramping up spending an additional 10% for non-defense discretionary after all the money that's been spent under COVID, and using the Defense Department as the backs upon which you're going to place the debt of our children and grandchildren and say that, oh yeah, we're doing this for defense. That is just wrong. At what point are we actually going to do the work of the American people in the people's house? At what point are we going to actually debate? At what point are we actually going to amend? At what point
are we going to kick all these people out and put all new ones in all at once? That's what I'd like to see happen. This whole 4-year, 6-year, and all these stupid machines that don't work and all the fake paper ballots that are going out. Why don't they just earmark them all? Why don't they put a thing on them so they can see the watermark and actually like have some accountability and some oversight over everything in Washington? Like, fine, you stay in for 4 or 6 years. We're going to have 2 oversights on everybody that's up for 4-year, and 3 oversights for the, like, you're going to have oversight upon oversight for these criminals. They're all criminals and they're all blackmailed. When are we going to kick them out? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's over, but the fight's still on. You still got good people in there. Just keep fighting till Jesus comes, I guess. I mean, we'll just watch it all kind of burn down and watch a bunch of people like Fauci and a bunch of other psychopaths in charge of the medical field, just bring death upon us all and just watch it all burn to the ground. That's what we're watching.
When are we actually going to live within our means and stop writing checks we can't cash? The American people are staring at us. They throw their hands up in the air and they wonder what has become of the country that their brothers and sisters and dads and moms and daughters and sons have fought for. Why do we stand in front of that flag? Why do we open in prayer? Why do we say the Pledge of Allegiance if we're going to rip apart the flag right here in this body, in this chamber? Because that's what we're doing. Using backroom deals, dropping these bills on the floor.
Criminals.
And not allowing us to actually engage in debate over these important matters. Ladies and gentlemen, the American people are tired of spending money we don't have, and they're tired of open borders. They're tired of empowering bureaucrats like the FBI. They're tired of forced vaccine mandates at the Department of Defense. They're tired of an IRS harassing the American people, allegedly for more revenue. They're tired of an NIH and a CDC making it up as they go along and shutting down economies and jamming it down the throats of the American people. They're tired of an EPA and a Department of Interior restricting Americans' ability to have reliable energy. The American people are tired.
Reliable food, reliable water, all of it.
I hope help is on the way. I'm glad that Republicans seem united against this in the House. And I'm looking at Mitch McConnell when I say this. Do your job, Leader McConnell.
You're all fired.
Your job and follow the wishes of the American people who gave a majority to Republicans in the House of Representatives. And let's stop this bill.
I'd just like to see somebody go in there, which I guess like people are calling out for the Antichrist now. That's where it's going. Like, none of this is going to work. And they're going to be like, we need a world leader. Oh, please give us the Antichrist. Give us the world leader. He's got all the answers to insuperable problems. Like, that's what's coming. Oh, this is an oldie but a goodie.
Can I just call Atlanta and speak to corporate security?
Okay.
And if you do come on the jet bridge, flip the shirt outside, in and out, right, so that word doesn't show, I will have to discipline the whole aircraft. No. I'm sorry about that, sir. It's just Delta policy. You cannot wear it. And they did advise me also you will be on the no-flying list. Okay?
You're going to be on the no-fly list.
Come on the jet bridge. Let's just flip the shirt and get everybody else to LA.
You have yet to show me something.
All
that
right,
has
it's a policy, and you can call, and we could go ahead and look it up online, right on the jet bridge. There's a computer.
If it's online, just pull up your cell phone.
But that's not inconvenient.
No. You're making this inconvenient. Because last time I checked, I live in the United States of America with the First Amendment, freedom of press, freedom of speech, or freedom of religion. Do I not? Ma'am, do I not? No. Do I not? Ma'am, do I not?
Okay.
Do I not have the freedom of press, or freedom of religion, or freedom of speech anymore in this country?
It's something very simple.
It's not simple. It's not simple. My dad served in the United States. No. My dad served in the military, so I got the freedoms today. And now you're telling me I have to take off my hoodie.
No problem.
Wow.
That good. He knew what he was talking about. I love that. That was worth playing. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, it's 7:15. Dow went down. Senate passes $858 billion Defense Act. Urgent warning for spinach causing toxic reactions. Let's see what else I got here real quick. Let's see. Something happened. Another thing with Elon Musk. Growing over Brussels summit. I can't remember what that was about. 2,500-year-old language machine was decoded. This is the losses of Russia, and then there was this other one. This is the losses of Russia as of November 11th. So there was some discrepancies in that, or it was just that I wasn't looking at the dates right. I was going to go over that, but they've had a lot of losses. Palestine won the Qatar World Cup. Woo! Good for them. That was like a good thing for them, I guess. Another journalist died suddenly in Qatar. Another one. There's now 3 that died unexpectedly in Qatar during the World Cup. 3 journalists. This was a before picture of the aquarium with all the pretty little fishies in Berlin, Germany. And this is the after picture. And it just, it's gone. It's busted. It's everywhere. Bye-bye, fishies. So that's that. This is cute.
Again, I'm personally grateful for the opportunity I have had to serve in leadership.
Bye. Thank you very much for coming. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
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 Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, have a good day.
Bye, folks.
Again.
Bing, bing. Bye-bye. I'll see you over in the Discord on the Bible study on Access Through Christ Bible study room. Love you all. Check out this sheep on my way out while I'm finding the button. Poor little guy. They got him all shaved up and everything. Let me move it over. Isn't that gross? But he's free now. Love you all. See you in about 15 minutes. 10, 12 minutes. Love you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for coming, everybody. And thank you, moderators, for everything you do. And God bless everybody. Love you so much.